Uh, uh, uh. Uncle Drummer, Road Runner, Lone Stunner. Uh, uh. Yo. One time, two time. Alright. Let's get it down, let's get it down, let's get it down, let's get it down. Right now I'm gonna reach out to an artist who's all the way in the US. He goes by the name of Smiley. Let's get it. Let's see what's popping. What's good? Yo.
Hey, brother. What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Jamal, you good?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm good. I told you I'm off today, so I ain't worried about nothing.
All right, brother. So what you want me to call? What you want me to call you, Smiley or Jamal?
My name is Jamar, but my little Instagram thing is Smiley underscore like EXP, just because it's the Smiley Experience. So that's my last name.
Okay. So
But I mean, either one is cool.
all right, we'll call you Smiley, yeah?
Yeah, that worked, man.
All right, brother. Let's get into it, right?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, brother. So Jamal, you rap, yeah, and you do poetry. Some people say it's the same thing. Some people say it's different. What do you say?
So, rap is the action. Rap's an acronym, so it's rhythm and poetry. So if you rap, then by definition, you're applying poetry. So if I do poetry like, free verse, no beat behind it, me just going through poems and verse, that's just poems. But then when I put some rhythmic to it, when I put, some cadence behind it, when I put some structure and meaning, and sometimes even if I throw a little slang in there, that's rhythm with my poetry. So now I'm doing the action of rapping. So that's kind of where I stand on that.
Got you. So at what age did you start that journey there?
Man, people are going to be mad at me when I say this because, most people say, oh, I've been doing it for life. Yo, I've been doing this for like 2 years, man.
Wow, you're good. You're good for someone who's doing it for 2 years.
I appreciate you, man. My family's musically talented. Like my mother sang in the opera, and then my auntie's like real big on the gospel scene and jazz. So I guess it's in my family. I just accessed it over the last 2 years. So.
Okay, so was it something that you always knew you could do, or you just like discovered, like run over it?
It's like 50-50. So, when you're young, you play around with it and, you jump on and have fun and just mess around with the kids. And mostly I would just end up beatboxing. So, like, I've been beatboxing since I was like 9. So if you catch me in the right cipher, I will beatbox the life out of it. And that's me. But, like 2 years ago, somebody was like, hey, come in and do this little piece. And I ended up on stage just messing around. And one thing led to another. And here I am.
Okay, so you see when you dropped that little piece, right? Was it delivered in the way of poetry or in rap?
That's a good question. I want to say it was both of them. So I started off the piece was hella chill. I started off with poetry prowess and kind of moving into it, and then later I added my cadence, and then I just kept flowing through it, and then I closed it out with a strong like poetic sense. So I kind of blended both of them together when I first started, just because it felt right to me almost. Got
you. So, all right, after that little event there, your first event, how did you feel afterwards, and what was the response from like the feedback from people?
I've heard this from a couple different people, is that sometimes the response you get after you do something, like do a performance, either makes or breaks you. In my case, it definitely made me after I did it, and it was all like I made it up on the spot. So everything I did was I just made it up, and I was effing around. And the response I got back was, "Yo, that was so dope. Oh, how long you been doing that? Where's your card? Where's your stuff at?" And I had no answers. I was like, I don't know. I made that up. So I don't know if I should do it. But you know, it got right into my soul, man, and it moved me. So here I am.
Okay, so all right then. So after that event and people coming to you like that, what was the next piece that you put down? Yeah, and was you in the same frame of mind as just going in there freestyling, or did you think I'm gonna actually put down something serious, like put my heart into something?
Oh, yeah, that's what happened. So like I said, my kind of short background on me. My mother sang in the opera, so I've been like disciplined, you know, when I was younger, classically trained in music. So I've had that in the back of my head. So when I started writing poetry, you know, for like my first time I wrote it, like 2 years ago, I wrote that after that event. I wrote a whole poem, sat down, wrote it all out, memorized it to the core, and like practiced it every day for like a month to get all the cues down and everything. And then when I performed it, you know, even though I thought it was going to come out as poetry, that's when I realized it came out, you know, as I would say hip hop. Like it came out how it's supposed to come out. It came out with that combination of poetry and with that flow on top of it, and they kept blending back and forth, and it was just so seamless that it just like it. You had to be there. You had to be there to see it. But man,
yeah.
After I did that piece, man, I knew it.
All right. So I seen you on that challenge the other day, yeah? I can't remember, who was it? Was it Jadakiss or Fabulous's beat?
Oh yeah. The Jadakiss challenge, yes sir.
Yeah, I saw you on there and I was moved by you. Yeah.
Oh man,
so
I appreciate it.
How's your life been changing since you jumped on that challenge?
Well, it's quarantine right now, so you know everything's a little different, but things have been moving positively in my favor. You know, I got the opportunity to reach out to my family in UK. So shout out to the UK, all the way from the States, and then a couple other people over in I think Ireland. That's a thing now, and you know, just been branching out, and I really kind of understand the power of social media is you can connect with the whole world now. Yeah. So I guess it's mind blowing. I didn't know they had Instagram in Australia. And then Captain Australia was like, "Yo, that was so dope, man!" And like it was, yeah, man. It's it's a journey. So I'm looking forward to it. When all this is over, I can't wait to go out there and see you, and really touch the people out there.
Of course. All right. Let me ask you a controversial question now, right?
Ooh, those are my favorite.
All right. So. You see, like Jadakiss came with that challenge, yeah?
Yeah.
And that challenge kind of like brung bars back, because a lot of the music that's being produced now is very repetitive. It hasn't got a lot of bars in it. Like I'm not dissing it, you know what I'm saying? But it sounds like it's like quick stuff. It don't sound like it's been something that's put time and effort into to perfect it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
they don't have that longevity.
Yeah. So what do you feel about the rap that's come out now? Yeah, and the rap that back in the days. What's the difference between, in your mind?
What's the difference, or what do I feel about it?
Yeah. What's your feelings towards it?
Okay. All right. What's my feelings towards it? Okay, well then I'll end up doing both of them. I'll start with the difference. So the difference between hip hop, original era hip hop, like 1980s, 70s, 90s, like 2000 era. The difference between that and what we got now is back then everybody had the opportunity to be original, and also being original is what made you stand out. Is what got you to where you need to be. Big Daddy Kane couldn't be, Grandmaster Flash. They had to be different. They had to be. Rakim couldn't be Nas. They had to be different. Even though all these legends birthed the artists we see now, they all had to be different.
course.
And you can even see like Nas and Jay-Z was both kings in New York, yes, but they was polar opposites,
True,
right?
true.
And they both got their own camps. They're polar opposites, but they're still amazing artists.
Of course.
So that was back in the day. Everyone had originality. Now, I think that because everything's so fast, like again, this power with social media. Everything is so fast. We need it now. That to produce it, it's like a microwave society almost. Like you gotta have it right now. Like I push the button.
Yeah.
50 seconds later, I got a track. I got another track. And it's all being pushed under that same banner. Like if you get like Ford, like how Ford put everything together.
Yeah, of course.
And did it like I can't think of the name right now, but how he set it up. It's kind of that same process where it's all down the chain. It's just one thing after the next, and it's all just micromanaged under that same platform. Okay. So I feel like I would say, because I want to make sure I'm, being at least like partially politically correct.
Of course.
I feel like on one side, it's dope they're making money. I love seeing my people make money. That's amazing. But on the other side, if we're doing it for the culture, like you really got to step outside that box, and you really got to go and do what's true to you. And it's going to be different. Like everybody's going to be different. That's the way we work. Not everybody can be the same. But now, because everything's the same, there's no originality anymore, and it feels like the culture's kind of dwindling down or being washed down in a sense.
Yeah. I feel you on that. I feel you. Totally. All right, so who are your favorite? Let's name 5 of your favorite rappers from all time. Yeah, whoever.
Oh man, I can't. That's
well,
all time.
Yeah. It could be now. It could be whoever is your favorite. Just name 5.
Oh my goodness. Okay, look. So all time is the hardest because there's not just 5. There's way more than 5. The first 5 that pop into my head.
First 5.
Right. First 5 pop into my head. Off top, Kanye West. Kanye West is like, for me, it's Kanye West all the time. Kanye, KRS-One. Now I'm thinking too hard.
No, just keep going. Don't think. Just keep going. Kanye. Yep.
So I got Kanye, I got KRS-One, I got Tupac, I got Mac Dre. Because if you ever come to the States and you come to the Bay Area and you like the West Coast, Mac Dre took it over. Mac Dre was the man back in the day.
Mac Dre.
Mac Dre, and then so an influence. I'm gonna name an influence on what I've had in music. Not like even top 5 overall, but this is like a big influence in like the past 7-8 years of my life. And hella people look at me weird when I say this, but he's not really a rapper, but he's like a rapper turned singer. I'm gonna say T-Pain, because T-Pain's influence was game changing.
Of course, man. Of course he was. Nappy Boy Records, right?
Exactly. Those are like the 5 that come off the head right now. Those are the ones I can think about right now. In no way, shape, or form is that like my overall top 5 all time, because there's so many rappers to name. But off the top of my head, those are the ones that come immediately into my head.
And what did you say the guy's name was? Mac what?
Mac Dre.
Mac Dre, all right. So check this
Mac Dre, you gotta look him up.
I'm gonna check him out.
And he's feeling himself.
I'm gonna check him out. All right, now check this, all right?
I'm with you.
All right, now I'm gonna ask you to answer 5 questions obtaining to those rappers, right? So what I want you to tell me is, I want you to tell me what impact did every one of those rappers take on your life, and what was it?
Wow. That's intense, man. They just gonna know about my whole life. Okay, we're diving into the deep stuff. So I'll say this. Like I said, when I was young, I was classically trained. So like for the first, good quarter of my life, because I'm almost 30 now, so like from like 10 to 15, we'll say, for the first 15 years of my life, I literally listened to like international music. So like, you know, old African music, French horn music, like, you know, classical music, pianos, recitals, like all that type of stuff. I really wasn't into hip hop. And then I got jazz music, and you know, jazz was like edgy. So when I was about 12, 13, I kind of sneaked away and listened to some music. And I was 14 because that's when Kanye West dropped. So when I was 14, I got Kanye West's album. My sister got the College Dropout, and that's the first. Like that was the first album I listened to, and I listened to that album for like 9 months straight. To this day, I can tell you every single lyric in order on the whole. Like I can tell you the whole album back to front because that's how much I listened to it. So Kanye West, like that was the first piece of hip hop that I truly listened to and ingrained in my soul. Second after that was Mac Dre, because being from Chicago, Kanye West, you know, was connected with me. But living in Seattle, you know, I didn't know nothing about West Coast music, and Mac Dre was the dude. So Mac Dre was that polar opposite, where I thought, wow, this is crazy. Like this dude's live. You gotta, Mac Dre's he's a whole experience. So you gotta listen to him. Rest in peace, Mac Dre.
Oh, he's passed.
He passed.
Okay, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace.
Yeah, but his music definitely lives on. Naturally, when I learned more about rapping, Kanye West was on this thing called Def Poetry Jam, and on Def Poetry Jam, Dougie Fresh and KRS One came out, and Dougie Fresh came out with that beat. He was like, doop 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 doop, and then it just dropped. And then KRS One spit the coldest line: "Everybody's mean, everybody's tough, but how many people are intelligent enough to open up?" It just went on like that.
Crazy.
And that his whole verse blew my mind. And I pulled up everything I could on KRS One after that, because I didn't even know that was possible. Like, he absolutely blew my mind with that verse. And it was, man, KRS One is my god.
All right.
Tupac. And then we got
Tupac and T-Pain.
Then we got Tupac and T-Pain. Tupac came from my experience looking deeper into West Coast music, because I got exposed to Mac Dre, and then I really wanted to find out, you know, all about this West Coast thing. And Tupac lit me up with every single one of his songs. It was Tupac. Anytime I typed in West Coast music, Tupac, 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 Tupac. So, you know,
of course,
I had to. Tupac was the first. He was the first like West Coast lyricist I ran into. It wasn't NWA. It wasn't E40. It wasn't like Andre Nicotina. You know, these are, by the way, all those are dope ass lyricists from the West Coast. But Tupac was like the first dude repping, you know, West Side with lyrics that I listened to. And when I went to college, T-Pain was like my soundtrack. Me and my roommate, he would bump T-Pain religiously, and he like introduced me to all of Southern music. He's from Florida, and he introduced me to all of Southern music, and most all the Southern music, T-Pain was on it.
All right. That was a good one. You done very good on that. Yeah.
Man. Now you know my whole life story now. All you need is my middle name.
All right. Now you done well on that. All right. So listen, check this one out, brother. Yeah.
I'm with you.
So, I want to ask you a question about Kanye West, right? Because you're a fan of Kanye West, not just music, as a person, right?
As a person, yeah.
All right. So when I look at Kanye West now, they say like he's going through mental this and that, and you know, basically people talk about Kanye like he's washed until they see his fashion or they see him make some music. But me personally, I really care about that brother and rate that brother, yeah. And I'm not talking just for music or fashion. I actually like the heart that he carries and the honesty that he carries, yeah. Even if he does some moves that something I don't agree with, I'm still not gonna write him off, because at the end of the day, he's a brother for one, and for two, everybody should be allowed to make mistakes. So, what do you feel when it comes onto Kanye West as a person, yeah, and how the world portrays him now?
Man, you know, you hit it on the nail, man. This is something that I think is more superficial than anything is that a lot of celebrities, and they like celebrities, I really feel sorry for them in a sense because they get put on this pedestal that they have to be a specific way. And once you stray from that specific way just a little bit, the world just castigates you completely. And they're like, oh, this is the worst. I can't believe it. First off, even though they're celebrities, they're people. So just because I like something you do doesn't mean I have to agree with everything you're doing. Like, I like your music. That don't mean I like you. And if I like you as a person, you may make whack-ass music. I know people like that. So with Kanye, like, again, great heart, great mind, great spirit, and he's just he's an individual, which is, to me, that's hip-hop. So he's an individual. And as an individual, I can tell you right now, I got 9 other siblings. We sit in the room, they'll say something, and I might not like it. But I can respect it. And they're still my siblings, and I still rock with them, and I still got love for them. So it's the same thing with Kanye. Like, he's his own person. Hey, you like what Donald Trump said. Okay, that's fine. The next man might not, but that's not going to stop me from, having a conversation or working with you, or even connecting with you. Like, your your political views, or, your sexual preference, or whatever else you're going through, like, that's on you, man. Like, you as a person, though, is who I'm connecting with. So, as a person, like, Kanye still seems authentic to me. And that's, like, that type of realness is something I can resonate with.
Of course, man. I love that, and I love what you said there. I rate it, because I feel exactly the same about it. But I just wanted to discuss it, because before we had this interview here, I was actually watching a Kanye West interview, and I was saying, like the system and the way how the place is run, it's like they made us feel like we should have sympathy for him because he's damaged now and he's finished, and that's not the case.
Right.
That is not the case. Sometimes these genius people, they're just out the box, and to normal people that might look like you're crazy or you got something wrong with you, but that's just showing you that he's out the box. He can think out the box. He can move out the box. Enough of us, we're so controlled by the planet and the people in it that we want to do things to suit other people instead of suiting yourself. You feel me? And that's what I feel when I look at Kanye West. I feel like he's dealing with himself first, and that's what I rate. You feel me?
Yeah, no, Uncle, I really do, man. It's crazy to think that everybody's got to follow this little standard, and it's like we're learning. As the world gets together and connects more, I feel like all the people have to learn these things. But with somebody like Ye, like he's like you said, he's leagues ahead of people. I saw like a little complex video, and my boy's got a whole setup about putting a whole farm together for artists to grow and people to cultivate. Like that's next level stuff. Like, that's right. I mean, that's crazy.
Right. That's right.
To the regular working person, you see that and you're like, oh, this guy's a nutcase. To somebody who writes all the time, in my head, I think, oh, wow, if I was 18 and this was a real life thing, I would drop every single dollar I could to go there and be there for at least a month to just work on my creativity. Like, that's what people don't see, but everybody's got to get there at their own pace.
Of course, my brother. Of course. All right, next question is, bro.
Let's do it.
Now. When all this quarantine-ish is finished and, people can go back, if we can go back to normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
What can the people, the general public, the fans, what can they expect from you on your next track or the next time they see you on the stage?
Yeah. Promos, that's what I'm talking about. So I got my first book out right now. I'm in the middle of a deal right now with my second book. So my second book should be out in like another 2 months. We're working on like the title and the best, all that stuff to grab people's attention. So my second book is already like done. My rough draft's finished. Everything's good. We're just going through the title and then the deal. So expect that in the next couple months. Actually, music-wise, I'm kind of revamping my studio, and I'm putting together my own personal spoken word album. It's going to be, that combination of, rhythm and poetry, and that's got that raw flow to it, where you'll be able to see, my full prose at its best. But before the quarantine, I was actually going on tour as a performance poet. So I had a couple stops, and I was reaching out to some cats in the UK about y'all Black History Month that y'all got in October.
Yeah, yeah.
And we was working that out, and then all this thing fell through. So, we're just saying, hey, but for the future, expect me to be on the tour full-fledged for some poetry. And then if you come, you'll get a whole Smiley experience,
Of course. Now, I want to ask you a question about that. You're saying Smiley experience, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What's your ethnic background, bro?
Well, so I'm Black and Native.
Yeah, but where do your parents come from? Where your parents come from?
Chicago.
No. Like before that, like I'm talking about ancestors back.
Oh, okay. As far back as I know, they came from Louisiana, and then everyone else says, "Oh, we came from Africa." But as far as back as I've traced it, my family's been in Louisiana.
Yeah, but where? But you see your first. Well, not your first, but you see way back. Like some people say, I'm African, Jamaican, African, Nigerian. Where did your roots go back to?
Somewhere in Africa. I know my father's 1/4 Nigerian, so I can probably say on one side I'm 1/8 Nigerian. But outside of that, I just know we're in Louisiana.
Okay, I got you, bro. All right, big up Nigeria as well. Same time too, bro. Yeah.
Right. Shout out to the Niger people.
All right. So listen, bro. Is there anybody that you would like to send a shout out? No. Forget about that. Let's go back. What advice can you give to any up and coming new person that just wants to experiment and show their skills or try some new skills? What kind of advice can you give to them?
If they want to experiment and show some new skills?
Yeah, in anything. Anything.
Just do it. Who cares? Do it. Like there's poems I have right now that you'll never hear because they're whack, but I wrote them, and I had to write them to be like, oh, that's not my thing, or oh, I shouldn't do that, or oh, maybe that's not my best stuff. But you wouldn't know unless you don't do it. So there's no wrong way to go approach your creativity. If you got something in your head, do it, and then see what happens. If it don't work, it don't work. Keep it pushing. If it work, it work. Take it, run with it. Maximize it, work on it, and make it crystal clear as fuck. But after that, just keep on going.
All right, brother. All right, I got 2 more questions for you, yeah, and I'm gonna drop.
I'm here.
I'm gonna drop the bomb question at the end, right? So,
okay.
How can the people reach you?
You can find me on Instagram, Smiley_EXP. You can even get on my website, and then it's all one word, thesmileyexperience.com, and you'll see my blog up there. You'll see updates on my book, updates on my shows, the whole nine. And in the next, couple of days, it should be up and running. So get on me on YouTube as well as the Smiley Experience, and go subscribe to me on my YouTube channel. We're gonna be putting up videos, bringing positivity, bringing light, and keeping people, trying to help keep people sane through these times,
All right, love that. All right, and is there anybody, last of all, that you would like to send a shout out or a big up to?
A lot of people, man. A lot of people. I'm gonna generalize it and say I want to give a special shout out to everybody who didn't believe in me in all of my life, and I want to let them know that I'm gonna see them at the top, and then I'll give them a high five on the way up there. Because for me, a lot of the people that said you're never gonna do it, or oh, you can't do this, anyone who's just said I couldn't do anything, that's always been my fuel to go as hard as possible. Not to prove you wrong, but to prove to myself I don't have to listen to you in the first place.
I love that.
And then, definitely all the people who show love. Definitely, my loved ones, the people in my group. Shout out to my roommates I grew up with in college, and I really mean that. Like I grew up with them in college. So shout out to all of them. Shout out to my immediate family. And everybody I'm working with, they know who they are. We just gonna keep it pushing. And this next this 2021, not 2020 because 2020's dead. But 2021, we're about to take it over. So all love.
All right. This is the last one now, bro. Yeah. This is the big one.
All right. This is the last one, and then I got a question for you though. Okay.
All right. No. I want you to answer me the question, and I'll answer it. Let's go.
Oh, let's go. All right, I'm gonna get my interview face on. Okay. It's a two-part question.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing, what you're doing now? And for you, since you're in the UK, what's the pulse? You say? How would you say that? What's the heartbeat of the UK? Like, where y'all passion lie?
All right. Let me answer the first question first. So the first question is, I've been doing this for about 6 years now, like music and entertainment and stuff like that. I've always been a musical person. I've always liked music. I've always wanted to get in, but I couldn't. I didn't have anything. I didn't have no substance to me. Like, people always said, "Oh, I like your music. You should do something with music," but I couldn't see what it was that would bring me into that. So I had to just wait, and then I found out my niche, and then I worked it out, and then I got my foot in. And I would say, when you say what is the UK's pulse, are you talking about when it comes to music and entertainment?
I'm talking about when it comes to music, when it comes to entertainment, fashion. Like, what's the culture out there?
Well, to be honest with you, this is my personal, and some people might get pissed for this, but I don't really care, because I say what I feel. Yeah, I say what I feel. I would say UK's pulse, if they really was real about stuff, was America, USA. Because a lot of the stuff that we learned or we, moved into, it came from America. Like, everything that we looked at and thought was fashion, it really came from America. So I'd say USA. It's the USA that was our pulse. And now we've splintered off and made our own little thing. We got grime. We got all these different things that we're doing over here, right? But I think, to be honest with you, it was definitely the US, because I remember when I was little, I used to watch films like Break Dance, Electric Boogaloo, Beat Street, all these things. So I knew that I had a love for hip hop from years ago, but it started from things like that. We used to listen to Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick, la-di-da-di, we like to party.
We don't party.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Don't trust my partner. Come on.
Yeah, so it was, what I mean? To me, personally, I'd think that, to be honest with you, just saying, keeping it real, it was the US and what they was bringing, that was our pulse. And from there, we've splintered off and we started our own thing. And, we're doing. But, yeah, I'd say it's US, personally. That's me. Yeah?
Well, yeah, man. Thanks so much for the insight. It's important to know my people all around the world. So this really feels like I got a little more connection with y'all,
All right. This is the banger now. This is the banger for you now, bro. Yeah? And because you said you're the man, you just got to go in there head first and handle it, right? Listen to this question. Listen to this one now, bro. Yeah?
Yeah.
We're doing American Idols right now, yeah?
Okay.
We're doing American Idols right now. And there's 5 judges sitting at the table. And the judges are Tupac Shakur, Kanye West, T-Pain, KRS-One, and Mac Dre.
Yeah.
And you are coming on the stage right now. Yeah. And you got to kick a rhyme, freestyle, no acapella, and you got to give it to them right now, and they're watching. And it's your time to come on, sir.
Right now.
Right now.
All right. We'll do it like this. I'm on the beat, moving smooth through the verse like I was spitting over Asics. hella flagrant. Boy, ain't nothing to play with. Foul when I wanna, drop vowels when I wanna, shit on whack rappers by dropping vowels on the corner. Metaphorically scorned you, I told you I'm not to play with. Plato in my closet, Aristotle in my basement. Empedocles in the room right adjacent, chained up with his brain smeared on the pavement. I'm sick of these comedic whores and vultures that destroy the culture, so I class swords with poachers, taking arms, heads, tongues, and legs, and trade them for pounds of gold and tungsten lead. I come prepared, boy, this ain't no joke. They say freedom is a dream if you ain't that woke. And niggas acting hella weird when they on that dope. Or you rich on a gram, but in life you broke, huh? Stop playing around, you ain't eating. And when it comes to real life, you ain't speaking. Boy, you just tweaking. And I stay leaking truth up in the booth just like my gums bleeding. Easy.
Man, crazy. Crazy, bro. That was bars. That was bars. Bars is back.
I had to do it, man. They was judging me, man.
I must say, sir, you definitely qualified to go through to the next round. Give yourself a round of applause. Right?
Oh, that's love, man. That's love.
I just want to say, brother, in closing, yeah, like
Yeah.
it's been amazing talking to you, and you know we tried to do this interview and we was like passing clouds. You was calling me, I was missing you, you was missing me.
Yeah.
But
that time difference is real.
Yeah, but we got it, bruv. And I just want to say that from I heard you on the challenge, I knew that I was going to contact you because you definitely spat something on that challenge that made me feel like, yeah, I'm feeling this guy's bars and I need to contact him, reach out and see if we can get this thing done. And thank the Lord that we got it done, bruv. And you're here now, and I want to say, you know, I like your energy and everything, bruv, and I can see you going very, very far in the future. Just keep that enthusiasm, bruv. Keep that drive.
Man, you know I got you, man. I appreciate you hitting me up, man. This is huge, you know. I love my people everywhere, and to reach out to y'all in the UK that's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing. And you know, when I get to that point where I'm a little bigger and people around the world know me, don't forget about me. Hit me up again so we can keep on doing it, okay?
Bruv, listen. This is for life, bruv. This is for life. This is for life, brother.
Yes.
Yeah? So I want to say, brother, have a blessed day. Any records you got that you want to get spinned over here on the radio, you send them to me, yeah? And I'll hit them up and I'll make a little video and show you and send it back for you, yeah?
Oh, definitely. I got some stuff in the works. So, I'm in the background working through the studio stuff right now. So I definitely am going to be putting out records in these next couple months.
All right. And just plug your book and whatever you want to plug now. Any last things that you want to plug, bro?
Yeah. Get the book on my website or on Amazon. It's called The Epilogue. It's out right now. It's chronicling the journey of a black man in Chicago. Check my next book coming out right now. We ain't got the title, but it's something about the ancestors or something about the message. We're going to release the title. Get on my website. Stay posted. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Smiley_EXP. The Smiley Experience. Get at me, okay?
All right, my brother. I want to say love and respect, bruv. Honor to you, my G.
All love, brother. All love. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I can't wait to do it again.
All right, brother. Listen, we're out. Enough love and respect, bro. Peace.
Yes. Peace.